beloved Ascension pioneers. Happy holidays and a Merry Christmas to each and every one of you tuning into this video, tuning into our community, connecting with us in any kind of way, form, shape, and any kind of matter. Thank you for being here with us the entire year. Thank you for being here with us, those of you who have been here since the beginning. And thank you for really sharing this journey with us. And it's been a really, really beautiful Christmas here and Christmas Eve yesterday. It was our first Christmas together with Yanni, and we really had fun. It was really beautiful. Actually, he never had a Christmas experience before because he didn't celebrate like that. The reason why I celebrate is, like I said, because it's more like a pagan nature, because on Christmas Day, the sun starts rising up again and the days start getting longer and just feels amazing. The energies, no matter whether they say Christians are here to support this this holiday, so to say, which became really commercialized and globally and everywhere. And it's just in our hearts. The feeling is special, but the reason why I'm creating this video is to talk about today, about activating our highest potential. Yanni said to me today that why can't we really create that kind of day every day? Why do we have to wait for special occasions? It's just, he said every day is special, but yeah, certain days energy channels directly from source in a special kind of way, and it's true. And Christmas is one of these days in our journey or in our ascension path right now. The reason that being is also, like I said, a few days that are going to be important, not just the days around the solstice experience, but also Christmas and the full moon on the 28th, and then the New Year's Eve on the 31st, before we await January, which is going to be a really intense month, I feel. So before I start talking about this activations that we're undergoing right now and help to guide you a bit on your path from my journey, from my heart space to yours, I would like to just announce the winner of our giveaway, which is a book from Dolores Cannon, which is a present that awaits there underneath our Christmas tree. The tree was full of presents, and yesterday we took really long time to open them, each one after one, really slowly, to just enjoy the moment, to be really present. It was really beautiful. So today we picked some notes and we randomly selected someone, and there the piece of paper fell, and even my mom was here and said, okay, this is obviously the winner, let's see who it is. And it was our sister Susanna C from Italy. So congratulations, Sister Susanna, you have won the book from Dolores, and we will further contact you to give us your address. Also, we really were talking about this, and we really wish to make this a pleasant and fluent exchange of everything, not just knowledge, but just pure heart energy of joy. And we said that the next thing we will be giving away is a free mandala, drawn, painted actually by my mother. She shares a page, Soul Mandalas. You can see it here on YouTube. The link to her Facebook page is shared also. We will be making the subcategory on our webpage with her mandalas, and we will be gifting you one of you, and we'll think of something how we will be doing this, but I already mentioned this to my mom, and she'll be painting one of these mandalas for you. So this is my introduction. I hope you all had a beautiful Christmas Eve experience, and today you're enjoying your Christmas Day wherever you are, and that the rest of your holidays just spent in peace and family joy. I think, like I said, for me, it's all about family and your close ones, your loved ones, and interactions within you. For us, it was really like first time our family has these, the new dynamics since Yanni moved in. It's been a new dynamics. Things have been changing. We have been nothing but cleaning things. So most of my solstice experience was about cleaning, was about physical cleaning, because, when we're activating things that are new, before just you bring new things into your life, you really have to declutter yourself and your environment from the old things. So we bought this huge machine Santa Claus brought it to us. This machine that we can create our, vegan food. We can basically use it, and it's a mixing machine, for food. I don't know what they're called, but we're we were really happy because we got a few donations, and we're so thankful to all of you who have been donating. So we were we were basically able to afford this, so thank you. And we really needed one of those machines. So my mom was constantly, making food with the small ones, and she was all frustrated, and we were so happy. Yesterday, last minute, we went to the store and we got it. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to say this, and my solstice experience was a lot about this. I said to you that I will be sharing more when these 3-day period is over, that I'll be sharing with you how my experience felt, and I'll be sharing from you. But basically, what is also true is that when I was looking at all your emails, I got so many sharings, but through my emails, and that was the condition for you to participate in our draw, was to send us your experience via email. So I received around 30 emails, and I wrote all of you down, and we selected randomly one of you. And I'll be reading from our winner, her beautiful words. They're really amazing. And I just decided then, when looking upon them, I said, I know I said at first that I'll be sharing them, but it was really, the message was strong. We are all to simplify our lives. So I would be having so much work to edit all of that, put it on my page, and I said, what is the purpose? What is really the purpose? Because then I don't have the time to put my messages on, because lately we had so much physical things and errands to do, and I just couldn't, I was guided not to do it. And Yanni said to me, that's why we'll be creating a forum, so people can share in their own, because you can't share from everyone else, you share through you. And I was thinking, yeah, he's so right. He's really right. And we will be, as soon as we can, that we align the topics through assertiveness. We will be putting them online, and you will be able, I'll open the topic especially about our solstice experiences there. And you can all share if you're guided there specifically. So before sharing what this solstice experience and these activations into the new are about, I would like to read the writing from our Sister of Light, who wrote the following. She is the winner. She said, thank you for all the special bliss you're spreading in my life. This morning I had a really amazing experience. I was in silent meditation and a huge feeling started to grow. I felt like a new and higher part of me was taking control, and it was guiding me to write something. Literally, I felt the urgency to write. It was really quick and I didn't need to think, and this is what it came out. Everything is energy. If we stop for a second and simply listen to the illusions fall, and slowly our true essence rises. Now I can feel it. It is vibrating in my heart. Now everything around me has another color, another taste. Everything is more real, and everything makes sense now. In this present moment, a wave of endless gratitude is growing in me. This is something that goes beyond concepts and ideas. It is something so inexplicable, so impalpable, but so present and real. Is that something that makes me simply want to live no matter what is going to happen? However, words are not important. It is not important what I'm writing. Everything I need lies in the simplicity of a breath. So God, thank you for allowing me to breathe. Peace, Susanna. Well, thank you, Sister Susanna. That was such a beautiful writing and such truth. And that is how I feel. And we can describe this, every time we're in our sacred space, that's how we feel, all of us. But the feeling, it varies, but it's also one and the same. It's a feeling of utter connection, bliss, radiance, peace. When you're told you know everything, and at the same time you don't know anything. And it's just beautiful. It's so fulfilling. It's self-fulfilling. And it's just natural. It's just as it is. So, like I said, my basic experience was a lot revolving around purging the old things. So when Yanni moved in, he basically brought in the new energy. So when you bring a new energy and add it to something, you're combining new things. If before you had a formula of me and my mom, now the formula changed. So a new set of ingredients needed to be added. Something new needed to be added to the mixture. So when we opened the mixer up, the machine that we bought, it's like, okay, so where do we have the space to put this up? Because all the compartments are already used. And I'm thinking, okay, we really have to get rid of some stuff, because basically we're not using them. We cook food sometimes, basically we try to eat raw, and we're like, we have to throw away many things. We just have to put them away. So there are so many things that happen. And I knew that, you just can't put the new into the compartments if the old is still messy. It's the same, everything within will always mirror our direct physical and our environmental experience. So if you do that within you, if you try to do repair only, you know, it's try to do just cosmetics on your outer body, it doesn't work. And you really need to purge from within. And that is what we're doing now also in the physicality. So what we discovered was a lot of these days we had a lot of errands, right? And I felt like, no, I don't want to do this. But still, a force within me was doing it. What we had yesterday, we had this long talk in the morning about simplicity, about simplifying our lives. And I was being so activated, really activated into doing that. And then yet we still had so many errands. And I said to myself and to Yanni, I said, but why is this happening if we're supposed to have simple lives? And I'm a simple person. I really want to focus on the spiritual things, because if I'm not in my own energy, then, you know, just be in stillness. And how can I channel this through me, that I'm, you know, I'm here for this sorts of work. I'm here to do this part of the job, this divine purpose that I'm here to anchor. And I'm thinking, yet at the same time, there's so much physicality. There's so much physical errands. If I want to get all this done, if I want to simplify, I have to, you know, give advertisements on these web pages for people to come to get these stuff that I'm basically giving away. And how do I do all of this? Because at the same time, I just want nothing but to be. And I have so much things to do if I want to simplify things. And see, this is where the trick lies. Sometimes we don't really understand that things can really take a natural course if we allow them to. So what happened yesterday after this talk, we said we won't be putting those ads up. Everything will have to come in flow. If we do that, there'll be people calling. We have to constantly be there and talk to them. I'll take it. I won't take it. Oh, even if it's for free, there's too much work. And we just said it doesn't resonate. And if it doesn't resonate, what you're supposed to do now is just leave it. Because we're really supposed to simplify our lives. We're really supposed to take a natural course. Just be. This is what our ascension journey is entering right now. This stage of merging physicality and matter. Physicality is matter and the spiritual realm. You know, the spiritual self is directing all of life through us. We are the vessel. But sometimes when something comes and you don't like it and you say, I don't like to do this, but yet, why am I doing it? Because the spirit in you knows what it's doing. It's the human part of you that sometimes is like resisting. And you know, the moment you do that, you will notice change in your body. When I resist, I get constipation. You know, I basically can't go to the toilet. And I ask myself, why can I go to the toilet? Why can I go to the toilet? And I talk to Yanni and I say, you know, what am I holding on to? What am I not letting go? What am I not letting in flow? And then I say, well, obviously, you know, I still resist sometimes. But although I'm also guided to do it, you know, at the other side. And he says, see, you've answered yourself. And the moment I do that, I can go to the bathroom. The moment I release and I see what I'm releasing, I can go to the bathroom, because my body will instantly show me. And my mood, if I get cranky, I get out of balance. And if I get upset, I see I'm not really doing what I'm supposed to, or I'm still resisting. You know, they can be two things. So yesterday when we did that, when we assessed this, we just went through the flow, and I said, okay, I'll be calling this guy for the car, because we wanted to sell my old car. You know, we wanted to give it away because we can only have one. And we just called the guy, and everything happened so naturally. We just wanted to ask him for advice, how to put the car online, how to put this, how to sell it. No one of us ever did this before. And he said, yeah, I have here this guy who could buy it, not for much, but that's how much he has. And you know what we did? And he said, this was probably the fastest car sale I've ever experienced in my life. And of course we had to invest some energy with it. But the guy also lived next to the junkyard. And I had a basement full of stuff because I was cleaning, you know, before Christmas. And he said, oh, I can take your stuff. You know, I can really take your stuff. I was like, okay, favor for a favor, because we let him drive the car while it's still registered on my name, because we felt the Christmas spirit and everything. We didn't want to have any extra difficulty. I didn't want to cost him, and we just felt right that it's, you know, done this way. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna get you my stuff. And I gave him all this stuff, and I'm looking in my basement and saying, wow, you know, half of the things that I could have done, we gave him our old TV and some other old stuff also. And I'm thinking, you see, we can really make it through the path of least resistance. Now, everything is becoming more in the flow of co-creation. We have to allow for the spirit within us to unwind. The reason why I'm giving you these examples is to show you through the nature of our physicality how things flow, because sometimes we think of things too much in abstract terms. So when something comes in physicality, we don't recognize it. You know, the good example is something we've learned all together, all three of us, when we went to see the movie, The Hobbit. Yeah, we really wanted to see The Hobbit because we love Tolkien and we love his stories. They're not stories, they're channeled, I'm telling you, source material that really explains things in spirit that are structures and the nature and variation of creation. And we were so excited. We went to see The Hobbit, but we didn't get the tickets. And we got the tickets for 2 hours later. And we discovered how the mind basically works. The mind was telling me and everyone else, but basically I'm more of a leader, so usually people listen to me, although I'm saying, you know, I'm only responsible for myself, don't listen to me. And the thing was, I said, well, why would we get, you know, here if we wouldn't be guided to, we obviously need to stay here. I'm not going back home again and then come back in 2 hours, you know, in 15 minutes or something like that. And we stayed and we said, oh, let's waste some time. But none of us really felt good. We went to this bookstore and we went out to sit somewhere where they have food, although we don't need anything like that. And we just wasted, you know, our time, and we paid some money, and we none of us really resonated. And the next day we talked about it. And I say, I really didn't like what we did. Why did we do it? So we talked about it and we said, none of us really liked it. So we kept doing it. Why do we still keep doing it? You see, that's why I'm giving you these stories, these parables. So you can see that we have to learn through our physical examples what we know in spirit. For me, I always say today when we were talking a lot these days as our family. And I said, for me, it's very easy. I am divine. I have this wisdom. I have this knowledge, but I'm learning, remembering how to be human. This is my challenge, is how to be human, how to humanize this divinity, how to humanize this knowledge and awareness. And I've been laughing, you know, and my mom says, but with me, it's the opposite, you know? And I said, no, there is no such thing as opposite. And then Yanni says, you know what? It's not like that. We're all balancing things out, each in our own way, but it's all about the balance. And I say, you said it so perfectly. But we have to be willing and knowing and sensing when things come through our direct life examples. And then today Yanni talks about it and he says, do you know that basically our mind works this way? The mind will tell you, yeah, you know, you have to probably be here. There's probably a reason, otherwise you wouldn't be here, you know, so the mind will be logical about it. But actually, our lesson was, you know, you can go home. Don't waste your time. Don't think, you know, waste those 2 hours to just wait instead of doing something which you really like. Don't just wait there. You know, every now moment is precious. So if you don't like just wasting time and just being there, because time is so precious lately, I want to do so many things. You know I can't do them all at once. It's too much, and it's also hyper and so amazing. And so many beautiful energies. And now we bought this board games and puzzles because we want to have, you know, be creative during these holidays and just get our minds off, you know, just be in the moment, be like silly children and just play. And the thing is, we can do it all at once, but we have to really listen to what we're being guided to in the moment. Sometimes this changes from minute to minute, from moment to moment. We have to let it flow. We have to be in tune with it. So when we talked about it, Yanni really discovered how this backdoor mind works. The mind tries to convince you, you know, there's obviously the reason and it wants to understand it. But the higher purpose will be what you're learning through it. And our lesson was, you can go home. Don't worry about the, you know, for instance, gas money of going back and going forth. Just not worry, but focus on what you feel guided to do at that moment. You know, and don't be afraid to speak up. You know, if someone else might seem decisive about something, but then maybe you feel something else in your heart, be in your mode, be in your zone, you know, just nurture it, accept it, embrace it. Sometimes we still don't listen to ourselves, you know, 100%. But that's why we're learning through these examples in our physical lives. And that's why I gave you a few of these examples to recognize this in your own life. So these were our solstice experience. And when I was guided to not share each and every wording of yours, because there was so much, and if few people didn't even just share their solstice experience, they shared their entire story, which basically, people, I'm so sorry, I love every one of you, but I can't be sitting behind a computer reading all of your stories, which are pages and pages long, and it takes me too long. I just can't. I know you have an amazing, unique story, and we all do. And I'm so grateful for you even thinking of sharing with us. It means so much, really. We're in such awe. We're such gratitude to be sharing this journey with all of you. And I know I say a lot of the times, Yanni said, I said this, we talked about this, and I promise that as soon as we get this whole moving thing, moving in thing, and as soon as he gets used to it and we create our own new theme and everything, we will also be starting to make our videos together. And these will be different. Like I said, these will be more like ours. These will be more like conversations about deep spiritual matters and purposes that we really feel are important on this journey. But right now it's still just me, although it's not just me. He supports me in every kind of way. He's always there. All these conversations, all these realizations and awareness comes through us both. I'm no longer me without him, and he's no longer him without me. That this is what this path is about. So I'm just the speaker right now here. But like I said, I'm guided. We will be making these videos, and I know a lot of you will be excited about this because it will be the both of us. But like I said, everything happens only in divine timing. We cannot force it. Sometimes I still have this, thought in me, oh, but I have to do this, and this just brings you so much of clutter and pressure. So a lot of your solstice experiences, I was really just guided to read them and to kind of summarize everything that you have expressed through them. And I felt that a lot of you also had these expectations on how, for instance, solstice should look like, what you should expect, what you should feel. And our solstice was nothing about this. You have to be aware that basically what it was about for each and every one of us to go through this experience individually. That's why I said write about your own personal experience, how you felt it. I said write about your feelings, what you felt. Don't write about what happened. Things happen. That's not so much important. The story, the plot is not so much important. What we feel, what we learn, what causes our divine remembrance to flow through, that is what is really important. That is what is the spark behind every single thing. The spark of creation, the spark of life within spirit is what really is we're here for, to share, and how we feel this spark. So what I got from your emails basically was a lot of you had vivid dreams in that time frame. A lot of you also experienced symptoms the day after, especially the second and third day, which is fine. The divine energies are just resurfacing. They're helping to that which is still in the hidden to resurface. They're just helping the resurfacing to come about. And also a lot of you, I'm so amazed, so many of us were guided to build crystal grids. I received beautiful pictures all over the world from crystal grids, a few of them. And I'm amazed at the kind of crystals people possess, it's beautiful. I'm happy just seeing them. And this really gives us all confirmation that so many of us are in the same path. We're guided to do same things, similar things. And it's just amazing to be connected in such a way. And this is why I started with Ascension Pioneers, because through sharing, we get so much confirmations. We really help to guide each other in this journey, So this is what I was getting. Also was getting that, like I said, a lot of you had this expectation, but also a lot of you are working on getting rid of that which has accumulated. And a lot of you are starting to realize that all what we say, what we do is just what was written from our lovely winner, Sister Susanna from Italy. It's just the experience that matters. It's just a feeling that you bring about. When you cross over, when you move to the next plane, it's just about what you've remembered there, what you've learned, the essence that you always continue to carry with you. We were again talking about this today, and Yanni said, even though we wouldn't do everything that we wish to do here in this world, and we had to leave sooner, it wouldn't matter. It would be about the experience. We would learn and know and tasted and sensed everything that we needed to, everything that was required. So a lot of this, what we're going through now, is this phase that we're now in, where we're really just wishing to be so much within. I cried today because I said I love doing these physical things. I love doing, I'm really excited about, again, doing the, what you can do, puzzles, to create puzzles. I'm like, I want to do them again. I haven't been doing them for 2 or 3 years. And Yanni has only done one in his life. I said, no, I know, Santa Claus brought this. But I really wanted to do this together. I was so excited, but I was crying because at the end, I still feel what nourishes me is from here, is from within. And if there's not enough that in the balance, in the divine equation, it's not enough. You will always be thirsty for more. It will always leave you hungry. So all these physical things are to cause us to trigger us to feel even deeper, to connect us also, to build a web, to build a bridge between our human and our divine self, which basically, in truth of one, they're one. But a lot of the things that I've been getting and receiving, about the number pi, and many other symbols, was when I can really receive that, when I am in my sacred space, when I am in my silence. So if you had a chance to read about this, I would really like to have this short reading. I would like to read it to all of you now and explain why it is important, because it's also connected directly to DNA activation. And a lot of the people say, when we activate our DNA, we actually also activate our human brain potential, which is awesome. 99% is not used now, and we'll activate it in the new era. Basically, it's not so much true. If you have ever listened to Bringers of the Dawn, Pleiadian teachings and channelings from Barbara Marciniak, what they say, there is such truth. They say, as much light will be anchored as much as there is love, because only love opens the light, which is information, which is awareness. So if you would only open your brain capacity, and you would only open and develop the mental, which is imbalance, which is what this age was about. It was informational age. So that's where you have so much development in the informatics and the science and teachings like that. But it was an informational age for sure. But now we need to open the heart. And as much as the heart will be open when you truly are sourcing, you're opening through your divine balance and in a natural process, not causing it to be triggered during your control modes, just allowing it to happen naturally. Then your heart and brain capacity will always be awakened simultaneously, because only one can cause the other to really be open as much as, always vice versa, always in direct reciprocal equilibrium. So this is what it's about. I really wanted to say this to all of you, because we were also talking about this, and a lot of the people say we really need to activate our brain potential. Then you're just a very, very smart being, but that smartness is only applied to physicality, because we have brain to function in this human realm, to know how to place things, how to operate then, but we also need our spirit, and our spirit will come through our heart. So the era of the new is the era of this balance, the feminine and the masculine. A lot of the people say this will only be the feminine age. No, the feminine is reawakening, because it was asleep. It was asleep, it was dormant, it was suppressed. It's just reawakening, but it's not dominating, it's not taking over. No, it can, because then again, that would be an imbalance. Now there's a marriage happening of divine, sacred, feminine, and the masculine. So the guidance I was receiving, the number, it's not even a number, it's a sacred symbol. It was the symbol of pi. So I really was guided to read and discover a bit about it through this book of symbols that I have. And we saw some pictures, and then I wrote this. During the days of the grand alignment, we are all being activated and our DNA is being upgraded. During one of my meditations, I saw the symbol pi, Later, I received the following information. Pi is one of the divine principle symbols within sacred geometry, as it is a template of divine structure and form, and this includes our human DNA, as our form originates directly from the template of our DNA. Pi is the symbol for DNA and DNA activation, which is now shifting beyond duality consciousness into that of multidimensional nature and beyond, the nature of one. Pi also represents access to information within higher DNA activation that is beyond the limited nature of two-strand DNA, where we access formulas, so divine equations, and encodings of divine remembrance, which is now returning to Earth through the individuals who are activated. It represents our personal vortex, which is our toroidal field, emanating from one, which is becoming activated and strengthened. Therefore, it holds the meaning of DNA instruction, meaning encoded light packages that we are now starting to personally and collectively decode. Before we came into this incarnation, we have encoded ourselves so that we can later once again decode our higher awareness at the proper divine timing. Remember a simple sinusoid curve, that also represents our frequency? The higher that we vibrate, the more points intersect the midline of the DNA strand, which means that the more DNA codes are being activated. You can actually really see that if you draw this sinusoid, whatever, if you draw it yourself. But the reason, what I wanted to explain to all of you is something that Yanni has made me aware of. And I'll try to do it with this thick pen. And it's like if you would have, you know, these, you know, if you have it like this, you see, and the higher you vibrate, you know, you will have a different frequency, you see, like this. And the more that you do that, the more points, like I said, will intersect with this line. And you can see these points as these dots that I've drawn here, these tiny little dots. And these dots, you know, that are touching the curve are basically meaning that the more potential of the DNA is being activated. And this is happening now. That's why a lot of us through dream symbols are getting the same information. We're getting the information not just to be aware of the sacred geometry like we were at the beginning of our awakening and everything, but to know and understand deep from within the sacred nature of this. Or for instance, if you are aware of the nature of pi and its of its curve line, if you would have a curve line, and then, you know, the nature of pi is directly connected to the golden means ratio. Oh, I didn't write it. I didn't draw it well here. But we were lately really guided to start drawing these things. And Yanni said that he will be basically, you know, like my mom draws mandalas, that he will be drawing this for us. And you can see it. It's something like that, if you can see it. There are these pi in golden means ratios, proportions here in the middle. And you can do a lot of research about this, but remember, the awareness of what this means for us, why we're now getting these symbols, why we're now being activated will only come through us. We are here to help you to bring these things into awareness. They're being brought forth through many individuals, like I said, who are activated, to also trigger the codes of remembrance and all those of you who still have that dormant, but you all have it. Like I said in one of my videos, this is not information, this awareness, it's for all. It's not for certain chosen ones to know it. It's for all of us to encode this, what has been decoded. It was decoded for a reason, because there was a lot of abusive forces on this planet to hide this knowledge. For instance, Yanni showed me this video that shows how this man built this castle there in Florida, all through this sacred geometry, all through this also technology of gravity-less machines or something, you know, gravity-free, anti-gravity, yeah, that's how it's called. And he left clues for people to decipher now, and this is going to happen now more and more. But a lot of us are deciphering the spiritual component, the spiritual nature of these things. And it's really important because we're all being activated in this new sense. But it's really important to remember that if we really don't get the meaning of this in our personal, everyday, day-to-day, life-to-life experience, in every now moment, we will miss the point. And the more that we simplify our life, the more we can see the meaning that is being, you know, shown to us through each and every one of those experiences. So simplicity, 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 everyone. And, you know, a lot of the things that trigger your divine remembrance can be found just about anywhere. You might think that only reading about spiritual things will make you receive more codes of your divine remembrance. It's not true. Lately, what has triggered the most of our divine remembrance was, you wouldn't believe it, but it was a movie. It was Hobbit. And again, like I said, Yanni started doing some reading about the elvens, because we're all always resonating with elvens, with elves, with fairies, so to say, with these tall beings, and they're magnificent. They're one with nature, teaching everyone. They're wise. They know when to quit. They know about the divine balance and everything. And we're like, oh my God, you know, it's just like us. It's like us. We were so drawn to it. And Yanni started doing some reading on Wikipedia last night, and he said, I need to do more research. If I knew this sooner, I would have done the research sooner. And then we start doing the research, and he starts reading, and all of the things were written in the sense of basic spiritual principles, divine principles, and the law of 12 groups, and the law of the number 144. And we were like, jaws down, you know, and we really, divine remembrance came back so much. We were all goosebumping all the time. And it's just everything, remember, everything carries a trigger for you. And now what this grand alignment is about, it's not about, you know, those 3 days and it's over and then we go back to sleep. It's now basically just beginning. The grand alignment is about certain alignment that just causes things to become brand new, and this takes a while. So in the spirit of that, I would like to read this to you, what I wrote about this. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. No, it's not. Silence from me. Well, basically, if I don't find the writings, I would just like to tell you that the thing is that many expect the alignment to be such and such, to represent something, but basically just represents the beginning of something. It's just all starting. And like I said, we're all going to be activated. We're all going to be guided towards many things. Many realizations are going to come forth. We will be here helping to guide you, helping to share with this journey. And like I said, we're all in awe to be in this journey together so we can share. And it brings us joy. You know, I always say, if nothing else, I'm really good at this. So it's what I love doing. And I can't stop doing it because I love it so much. And as much as I love the physical things, you know, like playing kind of things, you know, through puzzles and games, board games, I said, oh, I haven't been doing that for so long. It's time to do a bit of that. Everything comes in balance. And I just still, you know, my first nature will always be to share with you guys. It's just so much fun. And I'm really happy. These holidays were a major blessing for me. And I hope you were able to just tune into some of that love that's being radiated right to the very center, through the very core. And remember, no matter what triggers your divine remembrance, whenever you say, I'm a Pleiadian, I'm a Syrian, I'm that, you're forgetting that this maybe is just one tiny multidimensional part of you. But there is awareness beyond just the multidimensional awareness, which is the awareness of your divine parts, the universal awareness, the universal awareness of one through your beloved I am. And maybe this reference saying I'm a Pleiadian is just where you have started your life as an individualized soul aspect, which I mentioned in my previous video. Please know that you're so much more, and we all emanate from the same Godhead. And lately, the symbols that I keep receiving are these circles within the circles, and the tiny dot in the middle is the source of all. And then you have creation that keeps expanding and expanding outwards, and expands until it's this one huge circle. And the more that you basically make your awareness broader, at the same time, the more you bring it back to that same one focus of one. That is what we're here for. So anyway, guys, Merry Christmas to all of you. And I'm wishing you the beautiful rest of this holiday season. And like I said, we'll have more gifts available for all of you soon. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for our updates. I'll talk to you soon. So much love. Bye.